Bryce Young, what did he do in the semifinal against Cincinnati that got your attention?
You know, you talk about the 45 touchdown passes, and he goes off as like for a living, but his ability to not allow one bad play to turn into 2, 3, or 4 is something that I've never seen from a guy as young as him. If we whirl the tape here, you'll see in the third quarter against Cincinnati, everyone talked about him manipulating the pocket. What pocket was he going to manipulate here? Since he does a great job getting pressure on him and getting people in his face, what does that make him do? It makes him throw the ball into a defensive team meeting down the field, overshoot his guy, and the safety, Brian Cook, gets a pick. Well, what does he do when he comes back? Hold up, wait a minute. He ain't finished yet. Right here on 3rd and 16, the very next drive, he gets his eyes on the guy that he needs to read on the defense. He manipulates the pocket by stepping up and into the face of pressure, and he makes a throw right down the middle of the field to Jameson Williams for a first down. It's a beautiful thing, but he wasn't done yet. He came back later in that drive. He gets Slade Bolden on the motion, realizes that he has man coverage, and allows the rest of the routes to go ahead and open up the field for his guy Cameron Latu back across. So he semi-rolls to the right, sets up, gets the throw back to the left, and what he's doing and what he's showing is that it's not just when he's going off and having all these great games with the multiple touchdown passes, is when he makes a mistake, he gets back righteous immediately on the next drive.
We talked about it on our show last night, his demeanor, his calmness, his ability to lead his team when there's adversity and a game on the line. He can do that tonight. Now, having said that, Heisman, you got to do a prediction now. Now, are you going to give me all the Alabama and go Georgia? This is what matters, Robert. Prediction for the championship tonight.
You know, some people do that, but right now, I'm going to stick with Bama. I think Bama wins this game 38-34. I think in the end of the day, Bryce Young and company are way too much. Jameson Williams making the explosive plays. But I think it'll be Will Anderson. Will Anderson is going to make the play at the end of the game that changes the tide for the Tide.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yes.
You brought it all on National Championship Monday. So you say Alabama gets back-to-back. You know, worth pointing out, no John Mechie tonight.
Yes.
Could be a factor, but Alabama certainly has the confidence after 41-24 in the SEC Championship. When you look at Georgia, they lose that SEC Championship game, quite surprisingly, I might add. Yeah. What do you expect to see from them tonight?
I expect to see better defensive line play. That we've been told that was one of the most elite defensive lines in the history of the game, and they really could not penetrate Alabama at all. So that's one key. The other is Stetson Bennett the fourth. Sounds like a relative of yours, Matt. I mean, I don't know anybody called the fourth. And he has to play a much better game. If he doesn't, then Georgia is not going to be in this game for long. They have a great running game. They have good receivers, but Stetson has to step up.
And anybody you talk to covering this game, they believe that Georgia's the more talented roster. Can that talent sync up with perhaps the mental aspect of this matchup? Let's go to Nick Saban now. If he wins tonight, 8th national championship, 7th at Alabama, 1 at LSU. But in particular, where would this 8 rank in some of the other championships he's been able to put together?
I think in some ways this could go down as his best coaching job if he pulls it off. And that's saying a great deal because last year during COVID it was near perfection. But this, I know people will snicker when I say this, but this is not a vintage Alabama team, Matt. They're good, but they nearly lost 4 or 5 games. Right. They only lost 1 to Texas A&M. So I think it would be a significant accomplishment. On top of that, 8 national championships. He's starting to distance the rest of the competitors. Paul Bryant stuck at 6. And Saban, to me, would really start to be considered in the elite coaches who ever coached any game, forget college football.
Yeah, any sport out there. Trying to join Bobby Bowden as the only coach to win a national championship at age 70 or older. He turned 70 this year. To me, if you look at the coaching record by decade of age, he doesn't appear to be slowing down.
No, I'm not a physician, but 70 is not young. I know. I'm knocking on the door. So it's an interesting age, and there's a reason most coaches decline later on. Physicality, they lose their touch. Saban just has reeled off a bunch of top 2 or 3 recruiting classes.
Right.
And on top of all that, someone asked me earlier today, well, do you think he'll step down? Step down? He's got the best quarterback in the country coming back, the Heisman winner in Bryce Young. And I think on top of that, he's got a better team next year, Matt, than this year.
He is just getting going. If there's anyone that can adjust to NIL, transfer portal,
exactly.
Trust me, it's going to be Nick Saban. All right, this is it, Paul. The moment the South has been waiting for. The Paul Finebaum prediction, is it going to be roll tide or a dog day?
Yeah, I've got a habit of picking Alabama to win games, and I've never gone against them in a national championship game, and that is not about to start. Now, is that the smart pick? I don't know. You get 2.5 points. If you get Nick Saban and 2.5 points, I would grab it, and I'm going to borrow some money from you because I'm broke. My card broke down midway through the trip up here, and so I think Georgia, again, has to play much better, significantly better. If they don't, Alabama wins this game with some ease. Otherwise, it's a close game.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.